welcome back to Let's Play Dark Souls 1, Episode 2, Prepare to Die. You know what, just after literally as I pressed stop recording last time, that skeleton came over and tried to give me a good bursting. I wasn't best pleased about that, but sometimes you have to make do with your lot in life, you know? Look at this guy, he thought he would just chill in the corner away from the skeletons. Then he died. You go to sleep, you think everything's fine, everything's good. You wake up, and you're a hollow. G.I. Silvermont. The time-honoured graveyard run. A practice all must go through. A trial, you might say. For it is only through the graveyard run we can pick up the mighty Zweihander, which we're not going to use, and the fantastic binoculars. But you know, even if you die like that, you get to keep the items. See? Haha. Now, I'll admit, I didn't intentionally die, but I was thinking to myself, if I die, that would be a way to demonstrate that you keep the items. But this time I actually do not want to die, so I'm going to go ahead and
be fast rolling, so I can pick up my souls to demonstrate the other mechanic, which is when you die in Dark Souls, you leave your souls behind, and then you pick them up again. Sadly, it's put them in a terrible place, so I'm probably going to die again picking them up, but you can farm these skeletons for some items. Ow, goodness. Like, I think if you keep killing the big one, he even has a chance to drop the Miraculo, which is a really cool weapon. I like it, but it's not like super popular or anything. Oh god, I've got things take so long to pick up in this game. It's not like Dark Souls 3 where you can just sort of roll on the ground. But it's also not like Dark Souls 3 in its original. Haha! Oh no, this is terrible, I've got something in my eye. But the problem with this is I would have to take my headset off, and then everything off, and I mean not everything, I wouldn't need to take my clothes off just to rub my eye. I'm not that, stupid. Or am I? I mean, I've died twice just to achieve nothing, so maybe I am. Maybe I was the fool all along. But that's thanks to the power of editing. Also, you can just... It's a bit pointless, but you can just bring the skeletons over here, and quite often they will fall down themselves. I like that he demonstrated my point there, but yeah, thanks to the power of editing, I'm now going to cut out the bit where I take the headset off and start rubbing at my eyes.
Technically, I didn't actually need to stop talking or anything, because I'm not using my headset mic. I'm using my desktop mic. I'm just using the headset to have the sound coming out of it. But, you know, you do what must be done. Regrets. I've had a few, like all these days, spent in detention. Now I've forgotten what I was doing there whilst I was rubbing my eyes. Oh yeah, I was picking up this item. Give me that. Then, can we go back to the asylum right away? I don't remember if there's a specific trigger, but we're not going back because we don't really need anything from there right now, but let's talk to the NPCs, starting with the Crestfallen warrior. Oh, and if you want to go into the well, this is the way to do it. You just jump from here and then you can go in the well and discover that there's nothing down there. I intentionally fubbed my jump because I didn't want to die, but it is a bit tricky too.
Well, what do we have here? You must be a new arrival. Let me guess. Fate of the Undead, right? Well, you're not the first, but there's no salvation here. You'd have done better to rot in the Undead Asylum. But too late now. Well, since you're here, let me help you out. There are, actually, 2 bells of awakening. One's up above in the Undead Church. The other is far, far below, in the ruins at the base of Blight Town. Ring them both, and something happens. Brilliant, right? Not much to go on, but I have a feeling that won't stop you. So, off you go. It is why you came, isn't it? To this accursed land of the undead? Ah, your face. You're practically hollow. But who knows? Going hollow could solve quite a bit. What? Restoring your humanity? Well, there are a few ways to go about it. Collect it bit by bit from corpses. Or you can butter up a cleric and get yourself summoned. And the quickest way, although I never do it, is to kill a healthy undead and pillage its humanity. Coveting thy neighbor is only human, after all. What are you looking at? Don't try anything clever. You might regret it. What? You want to hear more? Oh, that's all we need. Another inquisitive soul. Well, listen carefully then. One of the bells is up above in the Undead church, but the lift is broken. You'll have to climb the stairs up the ruins and access the Undead Burg through the waterway. The other bell is back down below the Undead Burg, within the plague-infested Blight Town. But I'd die again before I step foot in that cesspool. Bloody hell, what is it now? You ask too many questions. What now? I'm not up for chatting. Leave me alone.
And then if you fight him, oh, he has a great line. What is it? I may be crestfallen, but I am not defenseless, you rascal. And here's Petrus.
Hello there. I believe we are not acquainted. I am Petrus of Thorolund. Have you business with us? If not, I'd prefer to keep a distance, if possible. Hello there. I realize that I have requested that we retain our distance, but I also want you to know that it is not meant in ill will. Here, take this, as a token of peace. No, go ahead. It's for you. Oh my, you again. Oh, I know. How about this? I have to await my companions here anyway. So what if I were to teach you some miracles? Would that please you? Very well. Then first, a covenant with the gods. Now let me share my miracles. Only their ultimate effectiveness will be determined by your efforts and your faith. My companions are Milady and her young knights. She is young, but burdened by an undead mission. We are her defenses, to keep her from harm. An undead mission? Regrettably, I cannot share that with you. But you are my pupil. Perhaps if you show your faith. I'm afraid that may be difficult, for our missions are sacred. Come again. The effectiveness of the teachings depend upon your faith.
I think that's all you really need to know about him. He's obviously a shifty individual. Or you could say a shitty individual. You would not be mistaken. Did I miss an item, like, over here somewhere? Yes, I believe I did. Firebomb. Whilst it might be a good idea to throw them at Petrus. We won't. All these sound effects, they make me a little... I mean, can I even say nostalgic, as it's not been that long. But the music, I love the music in this game. I mean, a lot of the tracks in this game aren't that great, I think, but the Firelink Shrine track, I love, and the character customization one, likewise, I really enjoy. But a lot of the music's just kind of not so great to me, but... Well, you made your own bed, now lie in it. See ya. 2 for 1? Oh yes. And there is an item over there. Should we even attempt jumping it? Sure, let's give it a go. I'm terrible at jumping, at platforming in any game, especially Dark Souls 1. Ugh. It makes me nervous. I think it's a ring? Ring of Sacrifice. We don't really need it, but it could be useful at some point. There's the Valley of the Drakes down below, and a weird skybox issue, perhaps? But yes, we want to be heading up to the Undead Church, which is over in that direction. I mean, in fairness, you could do either of the bells. Ha, it's entirely up to you. But we will, I wonder, actually, how does this look? I do like this shield, I think it's a pretty nice looking one. What are the stats on it again? Ugh. They're not bad, to be honest. You know, we'll use it for a bit. I do have a shield in mind, though. As we're not in Dark Souls 2, I can't use the Phoenix Palmer. Otherwise I'd use that. I mean, in fairness, I could attempt a bad texture mod, but that would end up... Whoops. Oh. I think this is probably your first introduction to a really narrow area where Dark Souls has the thing where, yes, you will bounce off the walls, but that's where you want to use, say, a thrust attack, or an overhead attack, and so forth. Most enemies are also bound by these rules, but not all of them. Unfortunately for us. And here we have the Undead Burg. I really find it funny how they hold the shield out like that. Giving the old slicerino in half. Just like chopping pizza. Do you know what makes me angry? When I order pizza and it looks like they've not sort of segmented it. And it's like, why? Now I have to get like a pizza slicer out. And there's some terrain glitching over there, but that's alright. You can see a message down there, so we know we're going to be going down there. Humanity head. Oh, of course, we'll be seeing player messages now. I'm probably going to be getting invaded too. Oh well. I don't remember the right way through here. Like, I know this is not the way to continue, but I don't remember if you loop back around here or something. And there is a neat skip up ahead that we could do. I might do it at some point to demonstrate it. But again, I feel like everyone everywhere knows everything about this game at this point. Which is, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. But the community has certainly changed over the years. Like when I made my first Let's Play in 2013, the game had already been out for like more than 2 years. But then when I did my like Dark Souls 3 Let's Play, and I had Dark Souls 3 before it came out, because I had a pre-release copy, and people were like, oh, everyone knows this, and it's like, okay, that's great. But yeah, the community has become a bit elitist over the years, which I think it's unfortunate, but perhaps to be expected to some degree. As communities grow larger, there will of course be issues like that. But as a whole, the Dark Souls community is a fairly good one, I think. Can't chop through that. I say the Dark Souls community, I personally think the Dark Souls and Bloodborne community are the same, but I see there is like a weird almost rivalry between them at times, and I don't really get that, but I can only assume it's the result of people who either like don't have Bloodborne or do have Bloodborne because they didn't have a PS4 or whatever. And then there's like another, I'm pretty sure this is like some worthless item. No, it's a large soul, we already picked up the rubbish. But yeah, when you've been part of a certain community for a long time, it is interesting to see how it does change over the years. Hell, I know my own approach to the Dark Souls games has changed to some extent. I used to love the PvP in Dark Souls, now I have like no taste for it whatsoever. I think it was fun when PvP was basically, you know, just a like side distraction. I don't like how it became like this huge thing that people take super seriously. Like, get off my face. Oh, that was pretty amazing. I have binoculars, don't I? I do. Sweet. I'll be using these to stare at things. But yeah, like... the PvP community became quite offensive to me. With people getting so worked up about it. And no, you can't jump from here to there. Or maybe it's possible, but you're actually supposed to jump from a bit higher up. So now we know there's a dragon, and he's flying off in the direction of a big bridge. And yeah, that's where the shortcut is. Well, it's not actually a shortcut, it's like a... I don't actually know if it's intentional or not, come to think of it. I don't know how active it is online either these days, this game. But I'm sure we'll get invaded once or twice. Oh, God, there's probably a fair amount of hackers. There were so many hackers on the 360 version. It's ridiculous. This is probably your first sort of area where we're going to be fighting multiple enemies. So it kind of teaches you the importance of, you know, using cover, imminent secret, and so forth. Give him a slice, give him a dice. Shield, here's the wooden shield, which, is it better than the one we've got? It is. We'll use it. I also like this one. One of the few doors in the game you can close and open for some reason. It's fun to mess with people though, I guess. Douche. 2 armoured soldiers, hollows, whatever, with shields, so they're your introduction to failing kicking. Oh right, yeah, you don't get a free parry in this game, like Dark Souls 2 and 3. You just... Though I think they do take more damage once you've broken their guard like that, if I'm not very much mistaken. Yeah. These crates don't get to exist. Illusory wall ahead. There actually is not. Oh, I got him. Got him right with the tip.
Well now, you seem to have your wits about you, hmm? Then you are a welcome customer. I trade for souls. Everything's for sale. Things are getting treacherous in these parts. A horrible goat demon has moved in below. And up above, there's that humongous drake and a bull demon too. If you stick around this place, it might end up being your grave. Here, I'm not here to chit-chat. We talk business or we talk nothing at all. Here, I'm not... What a waste of time. Go and fall off a cliff.
Yeah, screw you, pal. And there's the undead merchant, dregling merchant, hollow merchant, whatever they're called. I think dreglings were from Demon Souls. Ah, you got me. They were too ultimate. And I forgot how slow healing is in this game. I don't think that's a bad thing, by the way. I think it's good because it was so fast in the other games, but it definitely does take some getting used to. Dark Souls 1 is a much more slower, sort of methodically paced game than Dark Souls 3, which I do like. I think Dark Souls 3 and Bloodborne moved a lot more towards being almost like action games, which, you know, I love action games, but you have to be 60 FPS and really responsive if you're making an action game, and they are not. But yeah, you can jump from here to that ledge there, and then you can jump from that ledge there down into that alley below for a nice skip. Which is, I guess it's good if you're like trying to speedrun, or I don't know. It has its uses, and I don't know if it's intentional or not. I think there's a crossbow up here, if I remember correctly. Yep. Nice. Try jumping. No, I will not. You're not the boss of me. Where should we go up to this episode? Or rather, to the end of this episode. How about we try and fight the demon? Oh, conniptions. And of course the famous corpse physics. Fantastic. That merchant has a few things we will want, but we're going to go ahead and not buy them just yet. We'll grab the souls from the boss first, as we know right now we don't actually really need them. We also not going to bother reverse hollowing just yet, because I don't think there's anything we strictly need. I forget, can you... Yeah, you can level up in every bonfire in this game. Unlike Dark Souls 2 and 3, where you need to go back to places. These guys, I guess you could snipe, or you could just run past them. And you can... Oh, nice. Did I get like a counter hit on both of them? You can see where that sign is. You can drop or jump down. Damn it, you fools. I will murder them for this. Yeah, you can drop down. I wouldn't really advise going down there that way, because you're liable to be trapped by the most ultimate man in the Undead Burg. Hey, it's a treasure chest. Can you destroy treasure chests in this game? I don't think you can, because I remember there's one game where you can... Oh, I think it's Dark Souls 2, where you can destroy them, but if you destroy them, you like don't get what's inside them most of the time. Tight spot. Indeed. Oh, whoa. That guy usually does not do that. Usually you're like, you have time to run up and smack them, but he did his ultimate hollow leap. And if there's one thing I hate about hollows, it's their ultimate hollow leap, where they just immediately, like, fly through the air with infinite poise and range and damage. Not to be mistaken for their really slow, crappy leap. And usually it seems to be triggered by you sprinting, because I guess it's like a AI thing. They do it to try and stop you running past them. Oh, come on. Sneaks. How can I sneaks if the physics... This is stupid. See, that was the slow leap that one just did. Are you throwing a firebomb at me? Ha! He fell like a foot, but he still fell over. And yeah, there was I remember back in the old PvP days, people used to... Oh my god. This game, sometimes. But yeah, you could jump over to that bit and hide up there. Is he coming back up? Yeah, sometimes the geometry in this game can be really stupid. I should probably stop trying to mid-roll when I don't need to mid-roll. Sometimes you have to do things in life. Chug it. And let me think. Oh yeah, the master key, that's one use for it, right there. Gold pine resin, thank you very much. And if you're like fast, you can like drop over here and like plunging attack them. I did not. So I'm just gonna... Don't want these items in my inventory, but firebombs are pretty useful. I mean, you can like use them against like groups of enemies and so forth. But the main tactic, and the one that makes a lot of Dark Souls combat relatively trivial, is the, you know, circle and backstab thing. I'm not really sure what the point of that bit is, because you can drop down onto that little ledge there. That guy seems to have murdered himself. I think that might be because of the FPS. 60 FPS does screw up the game in a very few minor ways, but... And then down here we have... Sadly, these guys are resistant to fire, so I don't think the firebombs would be that useful. I'll check, but... The black firebomb is of course more powerful, but... I mean, if you're really having trouble, you can use anything you want, but... Many people, new players, kill this guy and then get super excited because he drops a sweet weapon for them. Oh, I messed up. Let's try a firebomb. What? Did I seriously do that much damage to him with my backstab? Yeah, my main advice would be just fight him where there's a bit more room. Like, say, up here. Because you don't want to fight someone in a tiny place, especially when they aren't really affected by the walls. They like don't bounce off them like the same way you do. My god, he has so much health. I'm gonna go ahead and swap to the heater shield just because even though he's doing a little chip damage, it still adds up. It is really interesting to see how much the like AI advanced in the next two games to stop you just backstabbing everything into oblivion. You can chain backstab him. Ow. It's been a while, so I don't really remember the exact timing and positioning for it, but... Let's give it a chug. We don't really want anything he drops, I just want the souls from him because I believe he drops a whopping 1,000 souls, if I'm not very much mistaken. You could say he's a mini-boss, I suppose. And this should finish him off. Not quite. Oh. Damn it. I got greedy. I mean, look, he has negative health there. There we go. Titanite chunk. Okay, 800 souls. It's better than nothing. 800 souls and a Titanite chunk, I'll take it. But I believe he has a chance to drop his sword, which many people would enjoy on a fresh playthrough. I've never been a fan of it personally, but yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. It's not my kind of weapon. Nothing down there. I guess you might be able to drop the knight off if you did some careful positioning. And of course down there is this Havel, and I want his ring, but he's gonna be a pain to kill. Maybe I should try and summon a phantom to help me so I can kill Havel, because otherwise it's just gonna take so long to kill him. Yeah, let's try it. We can give it a shot. If not, I'll just kill him later by repeatedly murdering him. Plus, I mean, this will be a chance to show off some of the game's online aspects, as I'm sure I will get invaded or something. But, you know, let's see what happens. Oh wait, can I even summon at this point? I can't put my sign down, but I think I can summon other players. To be summoned, you need to put down your summoning sign, which we don't have a summoning sign yet. But there is a summon sign of another player. Oh. Well, that was interesting. I guess it didn't want me to go online, because as soon as I tried to look at that guy's whatchamacallit, summon sign, it went bloop, 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 and destroyed me. But yes, there is a knight down here, a bishop knight, who, I guess I'll think of another way to fight him, as the online doesn't seem to be that great. Hope. It's, that is the thing with Dark Souls. The online in the PC version has been so spotty for me, like it's never worked well. Which doesn't bother me too much. Two twinkling... I always call them twinkling Twitonites, which it's not what they're called. But let's traverse the white light and fight our first boss, called Ladder. And we get a nice view of the, here's the church and Sen's fortress, and what could be up there. How dare you shoot me? I'll have you know, I'm worth 5 of you. And yes, something that does slightly confuse me, there is no sign of any monstrosities. So I guess this is one of those times where you do get ambushed without any real warning, other than what the merchant said about there being a demon, but like, where does he come from? I'm so curious to know. Yeah. It would be really cool to like no-clip up there. And here's the Taurus demon. Not the tourist demon. But he is kind of a tourist, because if you wait here long enough, he will fly up. Should we demonstrate that? We could. Oh crap, I actually did not mean to roll then. I was trying to... Whoa! Can you not do that in Dark Souls? Oh, you can't. So at least in some of the other Dark Souls, you're able to, like, if you're backing away from something and you hold B, you'll likely, oh no. Haha. Yeah, you'll just, like, start running, but in this one, you just always back roll. But yeah, watch. If we wait here for a bit, he will discover that his legs are the most powerful thing. Same, it's a bit of a pre-canned animation, and he always attacks the same bit, but I don't like that I'm taking damage from being near his feet. That's a bit stupid, but whatever. Oh, we like stunned him then. I've never actually seen him jump down, so I want to see that. I might have seen him jump down actually and just forgotten, but I couldn't remember what he did. But yeah, the easiest way to fight him is just... that was weird. Keep climbing up the ladder. Whoops, I should have rolled forwards then. It's also... I have, like, an eyelash at the bottom of my eye, and I'm trying to rub it whilst fighting the boss at the same time. Terrible. But yeah, you just climb up the ladder and jump on him again and again. Fantastic. There's our first boss. I don't know if it's possible to knock him off. Seems like it could be. I've never done it, as far as I'm aware. And it's something... Oh right, yeah, it's over here. Yay. Now let's talk to a fan favourite. NPC. Non-player character is what NPC stands for. But before we do that, the suspicious bridge. Trogdor. Burninating all things and slightly glitching out. We'll deal with him momentarily. This episode's getting longer than anything has ever been, so we'll finish up shortly.
Ah, hello. You don't look hollow, far from it. I am Solaire of Astora, an adherent of the Lord of Sunlight. Now that I am undead, I have come to this great land, the birthplace of Lord Gwyn, to seek my very own son. You find that strange? Well, you should. No need to hide your reaction. I get that look all the time. Oh, aha. So I didn't scare you. I have a proposition, if you have a moment. The way I see it, our fates appear to be intertwined. In a land brimming with hollows, could that really be mere chance? So what do you say? Why not help one another on this lonely journey? This pleases me greatly. Well then, take this. We are amidst strange beings in a strange land. The flow of time itself is convoluted, with heroes centuries old phasing in and out. The very fabric wavers, and relations shift and obscure. There's no telling how much longer your world and mine will remain in contact. But use this to summon one another as spirits, cross the gaps between the worlds, and engage in jolly cooperation. Of course, we are not the only ones engaged in this, but I am a warrior of the sun. Spot my summon signature easily by its brilliant aura. If you miss it, you must be blind. Oh, hello there. I will stay behind to gaze at the sun. The sun is a wondrous body, like a magnificent father. If only I could be so grossly incandescent. Oh, if only...
Solaire of Astora. He's a pretty alright guy, if you ask me. And now we have a dragon to deal with, and then an episode to end. What ho, dragon? Yeah, sit your ass down. And you can kill the dragon. We're frankly not going to bother, as there are many other ways to deal with him, but you can also shoot his tail for a weapon, which I guess you can do if you really want the Drake sword, the crutch sword. Best thing to do though, in my opinion, would be to run past him. And we're not trying to make him aroused by doing this. We're just going to make ourselves faster. Because as everyone knows, taking off your clothes makes you faster. See ya. Well, actually, he's not going to see ya just yet. He's going to be all like, what are you doing? This is my place. Or he's not even going to bother. Now he will fly away. Let's follow him with our eyes. And see if he just glitches out or if he's going to actually go out of sight. See, that's nice. I like that they actually bothered to have him fly until you can't see him anymore. As opposed to many other games where they would just like fly a few feet and then phase into another dimension. And is this the same statue as in Firelink Shrine? It doesn't look identical, but it's very similar. A mother holding a child holding a sword. Cool. And of course, up here we have the Shrine of Sunlight, which I don't think we can do anything with at the moment. Of course, and as of Dark Souls 3, we know this is in fact the Nameless King's shrine. And this guy is like, the statue's been broken, and I look like a sausage. Well, it happens. We're gonna end it right here though. Slowly sit down, because if I sit down too fast, everything will break. Right. Thank you so much for watching. I will catch you guys. Whoops. Next time. Goodbye.